Hi, everybody. We'll start shortly. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining. My name is Gary Taylor, and today I'm going to run through Megaport Internet with a quick demo on deploying Megaport Internet within the portal. This is part of the ongoing series of Megaport Live tech drop-ins. So Megaport is a networking as a service provider. Essentially, we provide the ability for customers to consume networking services in exactly the same way you would consume cloud services. So real-time, scale up, scale down, delete, migrate, etc. So what makes a Megaport NAS platform different? Well, first, it's the reach. Megaport NAS is part of a virtualized global ecosystem built on pre-existing hardware. This gives you the ability to deploy capacity to all of the well-known cloud service providers, giving you access to thousands of IT-based services, as well as connectivity to other DCs and IX services across the globe. It has predictable performance. It's like having your own private fiber lines, making it highly secure. Your data travels on our private global network with no internet within the core. All of these common components can then be linked together with virtualized network cross connects, which we call VXCs, so VLAN basically. And they're typically layer 2 MPLS pseudo wires. And as stated, this can all be done in near real time, just a few minutes, and the service is up. You pay only for the capacity you wish to deploy. As it is pre-built and virtualized, you can scale that capacity up and down on demand. You no longer have to worry about traffic spikes or wasted capacity. This ensures good end-user application performance. This makes NAS services very cost-effective. They can all be designed, deployed, and be fully operational in minutes and be available for only the term you need. This reduces your upfront infrastructure cost to zero. Also, your time cost is zero. As your Megaport assets are virtual, they require no capital investment or hardware provision. It's also worth mentioning egress fees, so outbound data fees from cloud providers when using Megaport partner on-ramps are significantly lower. So there's potential data cost savings when using private cloud access, in addition to the much better quality network that you get. So you can design, deploy, manage, and monitor. You can do it through a single secure portal. It's literally point and click. You bring your cloud service keys, and this makes establishing private connectivity simple. We also provide full API and Terraform integration. A quick snapshot to show our global reach. Just do this here, yeah. So please note there's two types of connections. The first one is installed, and this is where we have our physical hardware in the data center, and then we have enabled. So these locations do not have Megaport hardware, but because they're in the same metro area, you can still access an installed location through a private intra-campus or intra-metro cross-connect. Currently about 900 or so locations, with a lot more in the pipeline and quite a few being built as we speak. Quick overview of the connectivity options that are available. On the left, we have hybrid cloud. So here you connect your physical infrastructure, be it co-location rack or a machine room or whatever it may be. You order a Megaport via the portal. It's from capacity of 1 gig to 100. You then order a cross connect, so a physical fiber connection that connects your rack to Megaport. And from there, you can actually consume services, and you can have up to 100 VLANs from one physical Megaport. In the middle, we then have virtual POP. This is an on-demand network function virtualization. Here you can deploy SD-WAN gateways, virtual routers, virtual firewalls in minutes in real time in over 80 locations globally. And then on the right, we have cross-cloud, and this is where you spin up a virtual router, and this delivers traffic between two or more clouds at the edge. So high performance, low cost, and quite often very low latency cloud-to-cloud services. They can all connect to each other. So you can connect back to an on-prem environment via a Megaport. You can connect to a virtual POP. So you can build global networks in real time through the Megaport portal. In the demo, I'm actually going to show you how you can connect internet services to all three of these deployments. So a brief summary of the internet. It's a virtualized service where we present you with a single static IPv4 address. If any of the physical ports fail over or fail, you then fail over to the other port as well. We give you a /64 IPv6 public subnet. If you need more v4 addresses, we can do that as well. It's scalable from 20 meg to 10 gig, very flexible terms, the same terming options available like other services. So no term, 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year terms. You can burst. So it's not a traditional burst in the sense that it goes up and down. You could actually deploy additional capacity and then bring it back down when you finished using it as well. Deployable via API and Terraform. And with that, I'm going to jump into the Megaport portal. I'll show you how quickly you can provision Megaport Internet to ports, MCRs, and MVEs. So if I just go out of Zoom there, and then I click on this, and then what I'll do, I'll go full screen. So this is our production portal. It's a demo portal with a lot of my colleagues building services around the world. So it's a lot of activity. This dashboard gives you just a high-level, holistic view of the service that you have built, and also tells you what you can actually deliver as well. So if we focus on Europe here, this just shows you all of the services that are available in Europe. That's in black, and then anything in green, blue are services that my colleagues and I have deployed. Obviously, red, the VXC or the VLAN is down. Green, the VLAN is up as well. We can filter it on just the locations that we have deployed. So here we've got cross-region in per continent VLANs, a lot of activity in the US, and then obviously we've got a very big deployment out of Asia Pac. You can sort via locations that have 100 meg connections. If I just go back to Europe, I'll just take out Atlas Edge. So these are all the locations that have 100 gig ports. We can also filter via locations that have MCRs, and then also locations that have MVEs. We can filter via DC. So I was looking at Atlas Edge. I'll go back to Atlas Edge now. And these are all the Atlas Edge locations in Europe as well. So that is a nice holistic view via the dashboard. If we go out of the dashboard, we can then look at services. And this is basically all of the services that we have deployed in the region, but delivered via the traditional portal view. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to jump into a channel portal. It's much cleaner. It's a bit easier to see. And this is a channel portal just delivering a service for the tech drop-in. And here we can look at the exact same thing. This is the portal, but obviously I've only delivered a couple of services out of the UK. And if we zoom in, we can actually see what I've built. And the first one is an MVE out of Verne Global. I've then built a port out of Telehouse North. It's down because obviously there's no cross connect. And then I've built an MCR. So jumping into the service section here, I'll show you how you build Megaport Internet. What I've done already is I've built an MCR, it's live, but I'll show you the process now, and we'll deploy an internet service for the MVE. So we click on Internet. Now, in this case, I've deployed a Cisco device. The nice thing about MVE is that you've got a range of locations beyond the regional location. So you can obviously deliver services locally. In this case, we've got 2 deployments out of Telehouse North and DLR. But there's nothing stopping you from delivering from other locations. So if you want to deliver access from, say, Amsterdam, you can do that quite easily. What I'm going to do now, I'll deploy an internet connection out of Paris. We'll choose part 2. We'll just say 20 meg. And this might be out of our management, or maybe you want to run an SD-WAN gateway. You've got a lot of local users, or you're running a SASE deployment. And maybe we want 200 euros or 200 meg for that capacity as well. And we're going to deliver into VNIC 0. And then what we can do here as well, obviously the currency, because it's delivered out of the UK, is in sterling, but you can actually have that in euro as well. We're going to choose a 3-year contract. That's going to give us the lower rate. But the great thing about this is that you'll stay on 200 meg, but if you need greater capacity, we don't limit it. We actually give you the ability to burst up to a greater capacity for whatever period of time, and then you can bring it back down to 200 meg as well. So we click on Next. We click Add VXC, and then we click Order. So it will validate, makes an API call, and then we order now. And this will now deploy an internet connection out of Paris. It'll be long lined or long hauled back into London, and they'll give it a couple of minutes, and that will go live in a few minutes after that. One thing I'll show you now, I've already built a internet connection here, and that is going from DLR in the same DC. So this is on in the same physical data center. And just to show you what we've done, it's a 20 meg. This might be an out-of-bound management service or running as a backup or whatever you need to run it as. And this is the A end. So this is the MCR. So our MCR is a virtualized routing function. It's a front end where we talk to a virtualized backend. And because it's our front end, we do a lot of automation. In the case of Google and Azure, when it comes to delivering private connectivity, the subnet information is auto-populated. So it pulls that data from Google and from Azure and will pre-configure the MCR. And we've done that as well here for our internet service. We've configured the /31 IPv4 /64 for v6. It is automatically netted as well, and static routes are added as a default option as well. So that's pre-configured, and that was live. I didn't do anything there. We look at details, and this just confirms the service. It's up. It's a .41 as the address on v4, and then that's a 64 address for v6. So then looking at how we deliver services out of a port, it's the same thing, but here we don't have the flexibility of the MVE. We could only choose UK, and I think this was done in Telias North. So you could deliver a service directly in Telias North, or maybe you want a backup. Maybe you've got a primary connection out of your traditional data center, or you want to run some kind of load balancing. You might have a 500 meg internet and you want to load balance, but you want to get it delivered via a completely separate entry point. We do that here, and we do a 12-month contract. We click on next. We add the VXC, and we click order. As before, it validates. We click order now. And that's it. So this will take a few minutes, but because the port is not live, because there's nothing connected to it, then that won't come up, because obviously there's no layer 2. If we actually look at the internet now for the virtual edge, that is live. That was literally 2 minutes since we spoke. We've delivered a internet connection out of Paris. It's now automatically long lined back into London. And we look at the details, and that service is up. So that's the IP address here. It's valid, you can ping it. And then that's the 64 address for the IPv6. And what this will give you is 200 meg out of Paris that allows local users in a SASE or a remote access environment to connect very quickly and then go on our private backbone directly into London as well. And that's it from my side. Thank you for joining. Any questions, please contact us. My details are on the beginning, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.